Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Aranas, a postgraduate medical intern. I basically provide informative videos to medical students. And also, I would like to give aspiring Filipino physicians an idea of what a med student usually tackle in med school. If you find these videos helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be able to be updated in my new uploads every week. For today, I'll be discussing the clinicopathologic correlation for anemia. Anemia is a condition in which one lacks enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen to the body tissues. Having anemia can make one feel tired and weak, and there are many forms of anemia, each with its own cause. Anemia can be temporary or long, and it can range from mild to severe. It is very important to see a doctor if one suspects of having anemia, because anemia is a warning sign of a serious illness. And that is why it is very important for us to discuss the CPC for this disease. I would like to shout out to Frances Jenicah C. Fianza for helping me out in creating this CPC. We'll be discussing each of these sections one at a time. So let's start. Here are the important risk factors that we have to consider for patients with anemia. The deficiency of iron in their diet, or if there is any recent surgery that might uh, lead to occult bleeding, or any other cause of occult bleeding like cancer. And also, uh, conditions of inflammation or infection are also linked to anemia. And also, diabetic nephropathy is also a cause for anemia. Uh, Anemia due to renal disease. Let's first start discussing the iron deficient diet and occult bleeding. With that, there would be lack or loss of iron, and then it would lead to a negative iron balance wherein the body's demand for iron can no longer be met, and that would trigger now the mobilization of iron from storage sites. And once the iron stores are depleted, there would be a decreased serum iron, and that would lead to impaired hemoglobin synthesis, which would lead to decreased oxygen carrying capacity of the blood and decreased oxygen delivery to the body. Let's now go to the inflammation or infection. This would trigger the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines. First is the interferon beta and tumor necrosis factor. These cytokines would suppress erythropoietin production, which would lead to a decreased erythropoiesis and decreased RBC lifespan. Interleukin 6, on the other hand, would affect the liver and would cause the increase in hepcidin release, and that would now impair the iron metabolism, which for further aggravate the decrease in erythropoiesis and decrease RBC lifespan. Lastly, anemia due to renal disease from the diabetes mellitus complication of diabetic nephropathy. That is due to chronic hyperglycemia in the patient and predisposing to renal disease would be the advanced age, hemodynamic factors, growth factors, and even hormonal factors in patients with diabetes. This would lead to glomerular hyperfiltration, altered glomerular composition, and glomerular hypertension. All of this would lead to albuminuria and deposition of extracellular matrix. It would lead to decreased renal clearance and an increased release of interleukin 6, and that would trigger glomerulosclerosis and interstitial fibrosis. Now, the hepcidin would also increase, thereby decreasing EPO production once again, and impairing the iron metabolism, which would lead to decreased erythropoiesis and decreased RBC lifespan. All of this would lead to the manifestation in most common in anemic patients, and this would be pallor, weakness, and dizziness. I would like to end this presentation by leaving you with a quote: bring back the child in you, bring back the purity, innocence, and good intentions you have when you came into this world. Thank you for listening and have a good day.